It was cute. Oh, sit down. You ruined a cute moment. Alright guys, I think I got everything cleared out of my old car, and I think I'm going to take her for one last spin around the block. Alright, so I got my camera on a tripod here, so that way I'll be able to drive, but let's go ahead and start it. Alright, so it has 141,000, a little over 141,000 miles on it. For 2003, so that's actually pretty low. I don't drive this a lot, so usually a car that's this old would have a lot more miles on it than that. Alright, so I think I got the camera set up here. So I'm going to take my car for one last spin, guys. Alright guys, so the reason why I'm getting rid of this car is because I don't need it anymore. I don't ever drive it. It usually just sits in the driveway. And where we're moving to, it's not really going to work out because the area is more rough terrain than the city life here. We're going to be more out in the country. So I'm not going to really need this. I'm going to need something more off-roadish, so like a truck or an SUV. But I have a younger brother, not Uncle Jay, but my other brother who, he doesn't have a car right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and just give this to him. He needs it a lot more than I do, obviously, so I'm just going to give it to him. I've had this car for, let's see, I bought it back in 2005. It's about 14 years. And it was only 2 years old when I first bought this car. This car only had 35,000 miles on it, and it now has 141,000 miles on it. So, you know what, it's been a really good car. It's the first time I bought a car without having to have my parents co-sign with me, and it's been a special car just because it really got to kind of show, I really kind of got to just show that I can be independent, and it was like the first time in my life I was able to be independent and whatnot. And I've had this car longer than I've known Carol. I've had it longer than I've had the kids. It was my dating car. This is, you know, this was my bachelor car, and I would pick up a lot of dates in this car, so yeah, I've come a long ways. You know, I've gone from just dating around a lot to, you know, being a father of 3, being married and owning a house and all that, and you know, there's just been a lot of changes, and I've changed a lot during those years, and this car it's just time to let her go. You know, she's been a really good car. She's never broke down on me, nothing. Best car I've ever had. So, you know, I'm pretty attached to this car, and it's gonna be hard to let her go. But I know she'll be a good transportation vehicle for my younger brother. Heading back home now. Drove around the block. Man. I'm gonna miss this car. I'll be perfectly honest, guys. I'm gonna miss it. I've never owned a vehicle as long as I had with this. All my other cars before this were just pieces of crap. So this was like the first nice car that I was able to afford to get at the time. It was, I mean, it was used, but it was only like 2 years old at the time. So at the time I had the newest car in the family. In the entire family, and now I have the oldest car in the entire family. So, had a lot of memories in this car. Remember bringing Leland home after he was born in this car. Remember me and Carol back when we were dating, we used to drive around. I used to have these big old speakers in the back seat. She always thought those were dumb. And yeah, just a lot of memories. I'm just taking it in, guys. I'm just sorry. I know it might sound kind of corny, kind of cheesy to some of you guys, but you know, this car just represents when I was able to first get my life in order, you know, and be independent. And it's hard to let that go. It's always been a symbol for me. Do you guys remember the time when Leland busted this mirror with a hammer? Alright, after several hours of crying, we're now having dinner. And here are the kids. And the cat's on this side. And the kids don't yet know about giving away my car, so I'm going to have to break the news to them right now, I guess. London. Hi. Are you eating spaghetti? We finally got Leland off the Xbox. Right, Leanna, are you enjoying your spaghetti? Michael, are you enjoying your spaghetti? Yeah. So, we have to say goodbye to my car today.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Leanna, you had a name for my car.
The White Derby. She named it the White Derby.
Oh.
White Derby. R.I.P. White Derby.
The White Derby. Yep.
It's not dying though. It's just going to something else. I think Daddy's crying by the car. Auntie, can you move? Try and poke Dada. Oh, relax, it's just a car, dude. He sold this car, so he's pretty upset. He looks ashamed. What are they saying?
Leland, are you... I'm not going to give you the car, you're not even 16 yet. You want the car to just sit there on the driveway for another 6 years?
No, I'll drive.
Think how much older it's going to be. No, you're not going to drive until you're 16. Well, maybe 15 and a half, because you're going to need to get a learner's permit and all that stuff. You're going to need to learn how to drive.
I'm going to drive.
You can't drive